A movie about a love story. Because of the love of the crystal lake, they are constantly searching for her to get her. In a small house in the middle of the forest, a couple has just given birth to a 7-year-old girl. Cute, cute. To husband and wife. I was talking about my little princess. Then a man appeared. He is the brother of the woman. I have been visiting my sister for a long time. I just found out that I promoted you. 3 people can't laugh. Then suddenly there was a big wind. And accompanied in a strange sound. I have a feeling that something is wrong. The Kia woman's ears suddenly turned into Tai Ho Lee. Turns out this is a cuckoo family. And that woman is the lake. That love jelly is always chasing. Her name is Lake. Of course the feeling is not wrong. Look at the uninvited guest in front of you. She told her husband. He is love. The enemy is not with me. I often tell you that. Hear that? Brother of the lake immediately out to attack the love stone. I can't believe he was beaten to death. If you see that, give it to your husband and go. The two fought fiercely. She knew she was not his opponent. Tell your husband to run first. The lake was seriously injured. Her general did not hesitate to give me back to her. And risked his life to stop him. Let her run away with you. I can't wait to see the person I love die. But think of the little flesh in your hands. She had to leave quickly. To run a section. She heard her husband's voice steal up. I know you've lost her in unbearable pain. But she knows she can't go back. So I can just carry you straight ahead. What leave still, do not let her go. His stomach still shackles his ears. I know I'm a little more healthy. She hid me next to a stone. And turned out to be a graceful thou tree, just to protect your child. Just made a sign not to get lost. If you're alive, you can come back and find me. Then she lured the old man far away. So that he doesn't hurt his child. Look at the abyss in front of you. I know I can't beat him. So she planned in her heart. Taking advantage of his favorite, she used the next beauty. And when he wasn't careful, he snatched. But he's an old fox. She doesn't notice her unusual behavior. He immediately hit her. One fell into the abyss. Go back to where the lake was hiding you. I don't know where the baby will go. Fortunately, a woman passed by her. On the way down the mountain, I accidentally heard a child cry. As she approached, she saw an abandoned baby. It comes with a banana string engraved on it. You can't leave the baby alone. In the middle of the wilderness, she took the baby back to foster care. Talk about the lake. She did not die after the accident. He was hiding in a cave. To practice healing. Physical pain mixed with the pain of losing a loved one. It hurts her more than once. She swore to herself that she would take revenge. It's been 16 years. Nin is now grown up. She was raised by her mother as her own child, to love and impart martial arts. Both of them live in a small house, located in the deep mountains. When your mother and son are not at home. A crystal cloud. His name is Zedong and he has become a cloud. Cow into the house. Then Len crept up onto a covered table full of vegetables. I can't stand the fruit in front of me. She turned back into a human. Just put one in my mouth. Then gather the rest and bring it back. Unfortunately for her, I just walked out the door and met my mother and I can't deny her. Really reveal your situation and why Sao came here to steal. I know you are an orphan like me. You see, she is too pathetic. So I asked my foster mother to let her stay at my house. Let the family have more fun. I know girls love you. I saw this little boy again. Not a bad person either. So she agreed. I was in the same room with Nin. 2 billion people have been close for a long time. Let's tell each other about our situation. In a certain kingdom, there's 2 of you talking about a girl. Fan, the mother, constantly praised her. And tell my son that she's perfect to be my bride. She is currently ill, so she asked her son to visit. Just about to leave the door, I got the news that she was unlucky. Died hearing that she died. Death doesn't feel too painful. He wondered, is Miss Kia's fan my loyal one? Number Y Trung Non Cam Chen Rakt Quoc La Iva Hang Wai Now. Nutam Lin Tang Thang Wai Benay. An Hanin Kung Hang Hai. Tu Dung. Kang Bidding Gulang Cam Chen Hai and Hang Wai Hai Lang Gulang Cam Chen. My Quan Quan Wai Na Kung Chan. Tu Sinang. Hang Kang Bitnan Hun Sai Hao Chi. Thuchit and Chen Raji Hin TGD Thong Nguyen. Sidalian Hin Vinian Hao Chi. Hang Vui Viev Tha BT Gian PMT Chang Hang Trao Hoa Vivo Nguyen. An Hun Rate Cho Hen MT by HCC. Tu Dung Lian Ngan Lay. Bo Nang Hai and Chen Li MDD Enter Chak Kola Kang GG Sigi Chayan. Kang Trok Tip Rate Ta Vien Ko Cash XLS Tun Kia. Gilalam An Hin Dung Fep Hen Hin Ti Sha. Thivian Chaji. Nang Tip Them CCCMDN Cho Si Nang Kia. Hen Hin Rijong In Chi Si. XLS Song Tun How A CC. Tenang lay tip ti cedar chi trong binyan hao. Via he gian pggcd fak kung hang yk. Viek dieng ter chak dung miosie to vs sinang ter chak mt. Ti fak engan ang lau thi via kang ti. Ter chak mt kabun qg. Tu dung va anhanin lian lanting trao gu. Kang ti sa lane on chung ti navi. Non ra chen hang 7 ls. Ti faking giang gang cct li chava hai dan tin tu. Nang chok up ji an interval yi. Tu dung ji kio nang bien a. Bien laken hoa hao via hai. Sao ki bien a. An shang di fak jung nug gi mtdhn. Suding gay si thunthan siam nan hao mai gam thun. Ri qg mtm chen. Kang mang an ung lam cho gi md lo lung tok kung. Quang quit cho gi gi ji fuhan btm sich. Kik vvid fak. An ninja siam thi bun qg. Ki an chen lay tai ji long tung ch chang ta. Nangui via bt chuk lay. Lsi chang kai tra mchen trong bin yan. Ma kang hbit md mchen hang wi fia sao. Non mchen ajigiangi. Noi han an shang hao scc. Lsccm ggiang soi thi mt mchen vn con noi vvi cha siang. Mt con ba sianang navitha lam sao. Ra gian p mechi sinang hang cha con wang goi kia. Ba cha trajam diang. Han chung nung kang ang va con bo cha. Now that con and chi wi thai. Tic ginter chak tai ji hun zxcca con triam shen. Ang talian gugi hen hin. Sang ham soing ti dung bo tu thati. Quay lse ang glc lay noi md near ananilian hai that g. Taju noi jim wi kung kang ar ki. Chibit kolyan quan han vibong kang. Mtt tich ji lauthish une le zut hyan. Kang hioti sao. Ananin vati fak kung inchiam md thi now. Ki de gi hang chi kie vui viev trong bun hao. Thuhan biek tiang ti tran kabe thung jong h yong h. Lam de gi guide imshan tin dy. Thiananin hung hot. Tu dung lian hai nang ji zara chien ji. Nang ke le nung ji chen ji thi trong gik md. Ma kang bit ti sao. Lako mt con that you. Zut hyan trong gik md siam chen. Conti fak hung luan. Chi roing goi ji tin tiem gi trong mung siam chen. Riang jung jate vang sai. Vinthach c80 fak ji kang kt nach. Ne laying bch con kang mang thuk men anung. Kain mdm chen vn kung lo lung. Ti hum ko. An lin ji kang con nu ggc nung in qg vui v. Nutter chat kienia. Nang thong zion turg tmtm chen. Nang kung tu dung tin tm vne nchim ziva md nang gg. Nang lane on thi goa hoa trans say tai dian tho. Nang taviekti jet qju that tagi. Tu dung siang an lin vn the hoa gp ma qjun hang. Kang bit that raw. Nang ta qju la vn hun bong cav bong kang ti. Zut hyan tran bang hoa kia. An hcat faking tin m chen hang lambin. Nen hen them thi ti fak ccm kan how engen eng. And tabiting gayam mchen gmcc bintang. Nunji hierarchy ss tin riha sn tin tiam tung tich. Nang ta eng an hemchen noi vieti fak vn kung bui ming. Chung gd fak chijilao. Ham sao and h non chong tri tin tiam tung tich and non. Jilam mm chen ing gay kiem mung and nang kaitan la and hnin. Y trong mt gingi na nach tran ni cash k30 dm. Ti fakang and hemchen hin bao tin. Kang guini vuiming. Lian cm theo nan how voa vn sai tin tiam nang kai. An hnin vitiu dung vn tun gian pggc hang sai juni. Nike chikodine mt con huang ne. Vatran ni ngoina mchen rotha how kane ikuk. Chung ls chang ta hen katin tm mchen. An hinin noi vvi tu dung ri hun tian ti hai and hata. Thajiva tu dung ingen cien. Tu gitron vau mt gokji theo d. Zemen ta hang sai how. Tifak kang bit. Ss suit hyen ca vs nang kia. Vn tip tic sai tin tm theo ssh yong dn mdc80 fak wine off. Vn kanging lo lung cho con tri cam chen. Kang bit con mchen koba dd kang. DGGGC and HC80 fak gigi thich ar ki rang. Teen tm ggc han ni. Tifak lay arch ti ben koen. Kang bit nin lam the now cho fi heo. See the quan quinter chak si sang seeing gay. Lsine an hanin vatu dung vn hang y ben trong. Theodianata. Ananin mtd keen non. Going out he was stopped. Right now my mother is out. I found someone sitting outside the gate and asked. He looks hungry. So she invited him in for dinner. Waiting for him to finish eating. His mother asked you what you came here for. If you don't talk I can't help you. Please Cho. After an awkward pause. Death also answered honestly. He came here to find the man of his dreams. That I've been secretly remembering for so long. That person is not sitting there. To see him truly. No intention of hiding. So she called Ninra to meet. To determine if that's who he's looking for. The man inside heard it all. When I heard your call, I walked out. But when I saw him, then Shy run straight out. Death saw that quickly chase. But I can't see her around. Only her laughter fluttered in her ears. Now I understand the idea. She went out to the garden and told her to wait. And walked back into the house. It took me a while to see him on the roof. Death is both burning and worrying. I didn't forget to remind her to be careful. As soon as she finished, she slipped and fell. Seeing that, he rushed to help her. Accidentally touching lips embarrassed both of them. I knew I had met the Lord. Her husband wants to marry her as a wife. Then you to come, please let's go back to the kingdom. After hearing the prince's oath, Identify to people who truly love each other, even if you don't, but also accept. Let Nin end death to the government office. I have loved you since childhood. Know your daughter's temperament. So I don't mind her leaving. But this is probably God's will. So you have to accept it. The next morning on the way back to town. You don't stop. Remind your daughter to search. Before I go, I bow down and thank you. I have loved for 16 years. Take care and nurture yourself. I saw my son bring a woman back. Expressed dissatisfaction. In her eyes, she was a girl without religion. I know my mother is not happy, but this is the one I love, so he tried to convince me. Nin's mother is a very good girl, living in the forest since childhood. So she's new. Let me just tell her. She doesn't know. The mother of death looked at herself without looking just as carefree as at home. She even bought some grass flowers to display. To relieve her sadness, she put flower pots all over the aisle. It made my mother very angry. Not just call her into the blame room. Find your child to complain. Death in the awkward heart. On one side is my mother. On one side is the one I love. I don't know how to make a pair of shoes. While irrigating flowers accidentally, she met the guy before her. He saw her laughing. I thought she was moved by me. He doesn't care about his appearance. She went back inside to talk to her husband. Being complained about by my mother is also very painful. Try to tell him to understand the moral, my family's rules. But she still doesn't seem to understand how much. At this time, Ning's mother remembers her. I remember holding her and the sick days. You to take care of each other. She talks to the portrait. It's like talking to your child. Seeing that is also painful. Tell her to go visit you together. But she didn't go. After a thought, she wants to be a child. I am not surprised by this offer. She happily nodded. Back to the kingdom. The boy waited until midnight to sneak into Nin's room. I thought I could smell the flowers. I can't believe you scared me. For having to leave quickly, the mother of death listened to the rumors. He began to doubt his identity. She always suspected she wasn't the one. I don't believe she is the devil. The next morning the man came looking for him. Saw him appear. She was joking and asked him to meet her. In the evening, he quickly arrived at the meeting place. I am glad that the American finally agreed. Nin is waiting. She pushed him to embrace her and disappeared. He's still obsessed with the beauty in his heart. And I don't know if I'm hugging the wood. You are now on the roof. She didn't forget to give him a scorpion. And left unfortunately for her. As she flew from the roof to the ground, he was seen by his mother's servant. She went to tell the lady. Kia was bitten by a scorpion and didn't survive. Overflow newspaper, but it didn't work, because he's been bad for a long time. He was indignant. You have to go to a witch to avenge your child. At this point, the mother knew that Nin loved her. One thing that prevents death from continuing to love. But he still doesn't believe. After hearing his own mouth admit, death is not enough. I can't accept the fact that he sent her away. I see my child getting weaker. The mother of the dead begged her to leave quickly. Don't hurt your child because she only has one. Only this child. Even though he was hurt, he knew he couldn't stay. Please stay with me one more night. And we'll leave. After leaving the grave, she returned home. But now my mother and I are out. So there's no I at home. So sad she left. I don't know if someone is watching me. This person is no other than the lake. Nin's mother. Then I leave. The lake is going to chase. I found someone coming home. I asked her if she knew this was my sister. Find out the truth about Ning. 3 people quickly went to find him. Nin is returning to the kingdom. Was chased by Love Stone chasing attack. She doesn't understand. Why did he show up here and attack me? After a fight, Nin was seriously injured. Fortunately, Ning's mother arrived in time. When you see your child hurt. New enemies plus old debts. They use all their power. Have been practicing for so long to fight with true love. Smiling also works together, turned into a rope tied to him. But neither of you is his opponent. Should also be. He was surprised to find someone was watching. Min's adoptive mother. They will destroy it and return to dealing with love. In the blink of an eye, love was destroyed. At this point, my mother told me. The tiger is her real mother. My mother and I have not been together for long. Then Nin discovered death. Serious illness. It doesn't last anymore. She knelt down and said that you were unkind. Then turn around and save the day. She accepts to use her underwear. In exchange for a life for someone you love. When he woke up, she was long gone. After what just happened, death carries the pain of leaving home. Leave my old mother looking for me day and night. This movie is the end. Thank you for your interest. Follow. Don't forget to follow the channel. Get notified as soon as there is a new movie.